So nothing. Shit.
What? Hello?
There you go. Hello everyone. Welcome to another cast from BaseTradeTV. Yay!
Yay!
Yep. And as you can see, you do have Rifkin back. His
Yay!
image is back up there anyway.
Yeah, I guess I could technically use my cam, but to be honest, I can't be fussed for that today. I'll get that word figured later.
Fuss. Well, I'm pretty sure they weren't supposed to make the lobby, so... I think... let's make the lobby?
So, just as a quick heads up to everybody watching, I'm still a little bit sick. I'm going to do my best to mute coughing as I can today, but I will also be a little bit not so great on focus, but I hope I can focus enough that I don't drive Zombie up crazy.
Okay, well, that's fair. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm somewhat used to solo casting since all of you left me. Nah, I'm just kidding.
All of us left you.
Once. Well, okie dokie then.
Well, I got some cool pack stories that we'll try and squeeze in during downtime. Met some cool people, some folks you guys should know, Kilaris amongst others. But more importantly than that, let's be honest, you guys like giveaways, and we haven't been able to do giveaways for a while. So I got a ton of beta keys for this game called Drop Zone. It actually looked super cool. I was right by its booth for majority of the PAX event. It looks awesome. And also some Twitch turbo codes to give away. And I talked directly with the people from Corsair. They finally have all their stuff sorted. And ideally, not this month, but next month, we should be able to start giving away Corsair Gear again as well. So, yay! Reasons to use your Partoofs.
Woohoo!
You guys have been saving them all winter and summer and spring, but now the other winter comes and we can use them again. Yay!
Thank you to the resubs that we've had just being on break or whatever it's called when you start the stream. First Person Swede resub for 25 months and a Magic Monkey resub for 2 months.
That's why I hate hot things. I'm trying to eat chicken noodles super breakfast and I'm like burning my tongue. Ugh.
Well, you're supposed to wait till it cools down. I don't know if anyone told you that. So.
Yeah, but I'm finicky with hot, so like cool for you is still hot for me.
Then you wait longer to cool it down.
By finicky, I meant I'm a little bitch.
Well, that's true.
Don't agree with that. The fuck? Back 5 minutes and this is how you treat me? This is some bullshit.
Sounds about right. The match that we're going to be getting into, and I can finally say we and not be a liar, is Elroye versus PikA. Pikachu. That's going to get annoying. It's a best of 3. All the matches today are best of 3 except for the finals, which is a best of 5.
Ow.
And actually we're getting into games. So the other casters, Take TV and O Gaming, are casting something else. I forget what. Funkin and Drakarma, apparently. That's what they're doing, so... Alrighty then. So this is going to be a ZvZ. Oh, I didn't know that. Damn it. Oh well.
Way to go, Zombie Grub. You nailed it with this first pick. I'm really glad I came back to a ZvZ. Boy, sure wouldn't be Europe without ZvZ.
Well, the good news is I feel like Elroye should take this. Like, maybe easily, but who knows? PikA could be a surprise.
If this was who could look like the whitest Korean pop boy band member, then yeah, Elroye would take this without question.
he does,
I don't even say that meanly. Yeah, he's very fashionable. I don't even mean that in like a mean, condescending way. I mean that in like I'm jealous that I don't look like him kind of way.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get into it, guys. His team's got a cool ass logo. I have no idea what it means, but playing for Kings. Hey, Riff Kings. In the top left, it's gonna be the purple Zerg player, PikA. I'm now cheering for this guy solely because of his clan tag.
Well, on the bottom right, as the green Zerg, it is Elroye for Team D-Pix. I know you also like D-Pix, so you sure you don't want to swap?
D-Pix. I actually, you know what's better than D-Pix?
What's that?
Bags of D. I had a bag of dicks while I was in Seattle.
Was it delicious?
It was so good. There was so much meat, and it just was so creamy in my mouth. The cheese. Oh, yum.
I thought they were candies. I thought you were eating the gummies.
No, it was they referred to it as like the In-N-Out of Seattle. It was just like a burger joint that didn't take cards, by the way. It only took cash. What the fuck?
What?
But it was really good. It was just like really gross, simple burgers, and I really thoroughly enjoyed them.
Oh, and that's right. I remember the picture now. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, I tweeted a ton of bullshit pictures while I was gone, guys. If any of you guys want to see stuff that happened at PAX, you don't want to wait for me to tell you my cool, long story, boring version of the story, just check my Twitter, because I am, unfortunately, as Zomgrub knows, a bit of a picture whore. I just like to take pictures all the time. I'm a collector, if you will.
A collector of pictures that you take.
No, collector of moments. The pictures are the moments.
Okay.
Gosh.
Well, not too much is happening in this ZvZ. We do have PikA making 6 lings, I suppose, and they might be able to do something, because Elroye's still making only drones, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. So if you are... Oh, wait a minute. Dr. Manhattan 72! Thank you for resubbing 2 months in a row.
That sounds like an excellent bad guy name, by the way.
Dr. Manhattan? I'm pretty sure is already a superhero or something.
Well, there you go. I super nailed it then.
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
coming for that Toblerone in your main. Oh man,
like,
that racist as fuck comment. PikA, my man. You can't make those.
We're all Central Europeans here. It's good. It's cool.
Yeah, I guess for those who don't know, WESG, when literally anyone else is a European qualifier, it encompasses like all of Europe. WSG has segmented this into like 13 different sections of Europe. So you've got the Ukraine section, you've got the CIS section, you got the majority like Western, Eastern, Liberia, yeah. Tunisia had its own with Stefano, right? Like everybody's had their own little quadrant of qualifiers, and this is both good and a bad thing. On the cool side of it, for me, it actually reminds me a little bit more of like the Olympics in that small way, right? Like everybody's got their player from the country to represent and cheer for. So for the rare couple of Tunisian audience members out there, they get to cheer for Stefano or whoever, and that's cool. Come back here, it's more like, okay, it's a little bit of a wider audience. You get the Swedish and the Switzerlandish and etc. that like you can cheer for. My point is, it's cool that you got this person to represent you. The downside though is that this will make the end game bracket look more like an open qualifier than a big tournament worth like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan, by the way, was the guy from The Watchmen, so I knew it sounded familiar.
And I haven't seen that movie in like 12 years, so that is like some subconscious
shit.
I
read like half the comic book, and I was like, I'm done. I didn't actually find it that impressive. Anyway.
I enjoyed the movie quite a bit.
The movie was okay.
Yeah, Elroye gets in here, and it's pretty nasty. He went the Ling War to begin with. He's going to pick off this queen, and then the Baileys have got nothing to stop them. PikA was on the right track. He was on making the right moves, but unfortunately not fast enough to keep up with Elroye. And the Toblerone will remain safe.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, PikA wasn't necessarily doing anything wrong, but he was caught in between starting to make roaches and having the roaches. Yeah, and they would have been more helpful to have than the amount of lings he did.
Do you think he would have just decisively gone Bailings had he scouted this being a little bit more dedicated, or if this was just like blindly going to roaches?
Well, I think he was going for an all-in actually, because he stopped droning, but
that's true. I wasn't watching anything.
It didn't work out. I mean, I really don't know a lot about PikA, so I don't want to look at that and be like, well, that went about as expected, but as I quickly check his profile, he hasn't been Grandmaster, at least on this account, so maybe it is going as expected. Like, Elroye is pretty good. I know Elroye is like, I mean, some people like don't even know him.
Flights.
Yeah. They don't even know him like for being on Team Dead Pixels, and they're kind of like, who's he? Even before like all the teams merged together with Dead Pixels, he's kind of like the forgotten Zerg player, I suppose. But he's actually a pro gamer. He's pretty good, and okay. There's like 3 contenders for this one spot. Because there's one spot, not the biggest bracket we've ever seen, but not the smallest one either, of course, because they're so individualized with the country qualifiers. But Rainer, Funk, Elroye.
Oh, Rainer and Funk. Aren't they fighting each other right away?
They do. So
that's unfortunate. That's a really good matchup, actually.
Yeah, and then Hate Me is way on the bottom, and he might have an easy road to at least the finals, which is nice for him.
Rainer and Funk don't fight right away. Sorry, they fight a couple rounds in. I was mishearing what you were saying. I'd opened the bracket.
Well, they fight in stage 3, so that's pretty close. That's only one. The way they do, yeah. Funk beats Andra Karma. Rainer beats the winner.
I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the way they do I know where you're going with that. The brackets are kind of dumb. In that there's too much space between the actual opponents.
Yeah, it's visually confusing.
It is visually confusing.
I feel a bit silly now, but yeah. All right. Well, regardless, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2. I'm assuming everything here is best of 3s today. Is that correct?
Except the finals.
Except the finals. All right. Well, in the top left side, it's going to be the purple Zerg player, PikA.
PikA. In the bottom right, as the Green Zerg. He is Elroye.
Boy, Elroy.
I already went over a lot of things yesterday because we was asking the same thing, but just, you know, we already talked about the way that it's formatted. It is supposed to be the Olympics, so they also recently released, like, 10 hours ago, the qualifying dates for the Asian qualifiers. That's like all encompassing of Asia. And a lot of people were really, I mean, a surprising number of people were level-headed about this, but there of course were people that were like, oh, Koreans only get 2 spots, but they're the best type of deal. But it is because the thing they're trying to achieve here is the Olympics. And unfortunately, like, that's something that WCG back in the day also did, and it's basically what, like, Rifkin just described, which is, like, the final event kind of looks more like an open qualifier until, like, the round of 4, and maybe you have Flash versus Jaedong, and that's impressive,
So,
but...
One thing that's kind of cool, though, and a bit of respect to WESG as I wish them the best going forward, regardless of whether things get bad and you guys hear me shit talk later or something. Like, I want to make it very clear, I think it's cool because WESG is the first tournament of this size, of this magnitude, that doesn't cater itself to BlizzCon. Every other event up to this point has been basically, Blizzard, how may we serve you? Can we please go to BlizzCon with you? And that's not a bad thing, but it's all been very static and the same rules, same players, same format and everything. So this is, like I said, it's different, it's interesting. Maybe it'll be cooler at the final event, maybe it'll be lame because it's an open bracket. We have to wait to find out.
Well, almost guaranteed we're going to get a couple of cool scenarios where you do have the best of the Americas face off against the best of the Europeans and so on and so forth. Because the actual final, like the grand final, is in like December or something, or like late November, after BlizzCon, I believe. So,
I would love to see something like a little bit radical. So you gotta stretch your imagination for this bit and say somebody like Haas specifically trains and snipes to take out one of the 2 Koreans that go, right? How much does that change the fucking game, right?
That's totally possible too, but there's also a lot of other finals that are happening. You know, there was, like, Stefano was live at an event for his finals, for instance, and there's, like, a lot of big events happening, I suppose, because there's like, going to be a huge final event for the Asian qualifiers, or the Asian tournaments. Like, I don't know how to use these terms, because there's actually live events leading up to a bigger live event. I don't want to be racist,
like, but...
No, not that, but, like, it is like its almost own, like, small WCS leading to the grand finals that is in November. But anyway, we did have a cancel on a third base from Elroye. No one got in speed yet, which is kind of funny. Very slow action going on here. Thanks to Prince Morganti for the 28-month resub. Almost as many months as years I have lived on the Earth or something. I have been alive. There we go.
For 280 years?
That's impressive. Also, you're impressive. Old.
Shut up. Thank you for the resub, man.
I do what I want. I have just been causing, you know, lots of drama and havoc and whatnot while you were gone. You don't even know.
I'm not surprised. I saw a sub count. Holy fuck, Zombie Girl. What did you do while I was gone?
I don't know, because I haven't checked. Oh my god!
Neither did that Zergling. Or set of Zerglings, I suppose.
Oof, that was a brutal hit. Alright, well, Elroye, that actually kind of sucks, because I think he's planning on all-inning beyond this. Well, maybe not. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, if he drones now, then not. But he gets 6 roaches immediately, and that might have been because he lost the Banelangs, might have been because he was planning on it anyway, but it sucks that he lost such a large number of lings. He was planning on doing quite a, bit of damage with them.
Well, as they do play cheeky bugger and run away from each other, the thing to note is because it's roaches, you do need a fair amount of them before you can push across the map. Elroye might go right now because he took a really good start to that fight, but yeah, as we can see, a little bit hesitant to move. The worst feeling in the world is like when you do have those 6 to 7 roaches, you're ready to go, they get surrounded and your army gets wrecked by lings that shouldn't really wreck your army. Gives you no chance for a follow-up and just overall bad times.
Yeah. Well, Elroye's getting quite a substantial lead in drones, and he's been droning most of this entire time. Like, he got the roaches, sure, but after that, it was just drone, so he's up about 13. Now, PikA is just going to go for an all-in, and that's good, because I was kind of afraid he was making roaches defensively and would just fall farther and farther behind, but Elroye doesn't have that bad of an army supply, and as he recognizes what's coming, he can get some more roaches and more lings, and Defender's Advantage should work out for him here. Oh, and PikA supply blocked. So that never helps.
No, that's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. A couple of Banelings from PikA aren't going to be too useful, as Elroye was really depending on lings to help out here. He just had an overwhelming amount of roaches. Now he's got lings reinforcing. There's more Banelings reinforcing for PikA, but I just... This all came one part at a time. Not working out so hot for a purple Zerg.
Nah, it's a big surround. He knows it. GG, well played. Elroye takes this series 2-0.
Not unexpected. It's not double elimination or anything. Elroye continues on. Fortunately, PikA does not. I'm not sure who Elroye will go on to face. I'm gonna guess Blue Cheese, because I actually recognize that name a little bit. He's facing someone called No Limit. But now we have to wait for another series. And that might take a while. I think we're gonna try and get into whoever Raynor faces. Would probably be best, because he's one of those guys who's probably gonna contend for the final spot. And then of course he's facing Funk soon anyway. That'll probably be the plan, but we gotta come back to you guys whenever that actually executes. Which might be a few minutes, so
Great, gives me time to eat some of this lukewarm soup.
Amazing.